Okay, students, welcome to the class. This is class English level 3. Okay, before starting the class, as you can see here, we have some recommendations that you should follow in order to wash your hands properly to avoid any contamination from the COVID-19 virus. Okay, then follow them in order to be safe. Okay, now we can start. This class is about comparatives. Okay, during the lesson you are going to see the differences we should make in order to work on this topic. First, before starting with comparatives, it's important to know and to make differences about different words. The first thing we have to be clear about is about adjectives. Okay? To make comparisons, we should use adjectives. And now, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that we can use in order to give or to say something particular about a situation, about a subject, or about an object. Okay? Adjectives can have a positive meaning or a negative meaning. Then we can say that adjectives can describe a situation, an object, or a subject in a good way, or we can describe them in a bad way. Now you can see in this slide we have some examples of adjectives describing things. For example, here we can see in this picture that we are describing with the adjective cheap this red car, and we are describing this orange car with the adjective expensive. Another example that we can use is about food. We are describing this muffin with the adjective delicious, and we are describing this trash with the adjective awful. Then, now we are clear about the concept of adjective. Now, to make comparisons, now we are going with the first rule. The first rule is when we are using adjectives with one syllable. Some examples that we can see here in this slide are the following ones: the adjective long, the adjective straight, the adjective big, the adjective tall, large, and hot. As you can see, to make this adjective become into a comparative way, we are adding at the end of this one syllable adjective the vowel E and the letter R. Then, rule number 1, to make one syllable adjective comparisons or comparative, we put them at the end ER. As you can see in this example, we are going to compare this rich girl with this richer guy. The boy is richer than the girl. The adjective in this case is the adjective rich, as you can see here. And we are adding at the end ER to become into a comparative, plus the word than, that is the connector that we use in order to compare subject 1, that is the boy, with subject 2, that is the girl. Let's continue with example number 2. As you can see in example number 2, we have these two subjects. Mom, she's 38 years old, and Susan, she is 10 years old. We are using the adjective tall, as you can see, Mom and Susan. That is the big difference between them. We are doing the comparison. Mom is taller than Susan. Again, tall is a short or a one-syllable adjective. Then we add "-er at the end of this adjective to become into a comparative. We use the word "then" to connect subject A with subject B in order to write the comparative sentence. This is rule number 1 with one-syllable adjective. Now we have rule number 2. In this case, we are looking at adjectives that end with Y. In this case, we have to change the letter Y into the vowel I, and we add "-er at the end of this adjective to become to comparative. We have in here another example using the adjective crazy. Okay? And now, to transform this into a comparative, we change the letter Y into the vowel I and we add "-er at the end of this adjective, and we become into a comparative. Here we have these two subjects. Okay? We have this beautiful woman and this ugly witch. Okay? We are using the adjective ugly. Okay? Now, first, to write down this sentence, we are going to place subject number 1. That is the witch. After that, we completed connecting the verb be, and after that, we place the adjective and we apply the rule. Change the letter Y into I, add "-er at the end of the adjective, plus the word "then." Remember, this is the connector between subject A and subject B. And in here we have the sentence, the witch is uglier. The witch is uglier than the woman. Okay? Let's continue. Here we have rule number 3. This is for adjectives that have 3 or more syllables, as we can see in the examples. Here we have adjectives expensive, popular, confident, dangerous, beautiful, and difficult. Remember, when we are talking about adjective in English, we cannot say that we can apply the same rules of Spanish. Okay? Depending on the pronunciation of these adjectives, we can see if they have 3 or more syllables. A very easy way to find if an adjective have 3 or more syllables is going on the dictionary. You can look for these words in the dictionary, and sometimes dictionaries have the syllables for each adjective. It may help you to identify if it's an adjective, a 1-syllable adjective, or a 3 or more syllable adjective. To transform or become these 3-syllable adjectives into comparative, we put more before the adjectives. As you can see in this example, more expensive, more popular, more confident, more dangerous, and more beautiful, or more difficult. Using the same picture from the last slide, we can see the beautiful woman and the ugly witch. But now we are using the woman as the first subject, or subject 1. We are using in this case the adjective beautiful. As this is a long adjective or a 3-syllable adjective, we are applying the rule. First, we have to place the subject. After that, we place the verb be. Then, we put more before the adjective. And next, we put the word then to connect the 2 subjects in the sentence. Now, you can see in this example the full sentence, okay? The woman is more beautiful than the girl. In this case, the woman is more beautiful than the witch. Now, let's work in this exercise, okay? You are going to have a short time to look at the list of adjectives, and you are going to become them into comparisons, okay? In exercise number 1, follow the example. In here we have nice, nicer. Exercise number 2, we are going to complete them, okay? Fill in the missing forms of the degrees or comparisons, okay? You are going to write down high, higher, or the highest. This is a connection for next topic that is about superlatives, okay? Then follow the examples on column 3 and complete it using comparative forms and superlative forms. Now, let's use this picture to make some comparisons. We have in here a lot of information to gather from each subject, and with that you can write down some examples about comparatives. Finally, we are going to write down some information using adjectives to describe our situation, the situation we are living with COVID-19. You are going to compare your situation in the past, okay, with the situation in the present. How was your life before COVID-19, and how is your life now in the present? Okay, guys, I hope you are okay. I hope you're feeling good, and I hope you like this class. See you then. Bye.